TTRLA, man, we are back with another clip. You know what I mean? Amen, say man. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and share to my channel. Like, subscribe, and share to my channel, motherfucker. I'm going to give you 2 seconds. All right, you should be good, man. This is the YNW Melly murder trial. This is the last day of the trial. The defense has rest. Also, the state has rest. What's most interesting about this entire trial is that the state has actually been throwing up a lot of circumstantial evidence. They dropped the ball many and plenty of times. They didn't do their due diligence and seeking out these people that were associated with this case. They waited 2 years, 4 years later to try to get information from these alleged witnesses that don't remember things past 2 weeks. So I honestly feel like YNW Melly has an opportunity to beat the death penalty. I totally don't believe that he will be set free. I think the way that the state's attorney presented this entire case was to make YNW Melly look like a mass murderer, serial killer. They did a good job at that, but I think what it comes down to is the mindsets of the jury. How influenced are they? Do they go on facts or are they going on influence? All right, tap in. It's the last day of the trial, man. And also, I wanted to say this too. I didn't like how this the state's attorney, is asking these questions. Like she's like assuming so that he can say yes. Like I ain't appreciate that. And at the end of this video, you're gonna see the judge kind of talking to Melly as if he already knows what's gonna happen. You know, he like, look, you get an opportunity to talk. Do you want to talk on your behalf? And he basically told him no. So we're gonna see how it go. We're gonna see what this jury say, and then after they have their jury and they come up with a decision, then we're gonna get into Portland's case. So if YNW Melly get convicted, Portland definitely going down.
And you didn't shoot Mr. Williams or Mr. Thomas, right?
No.
But you know who we're talking about, right?
Chris and Anthony.
Yes. And in terms of the messages and things for Mr. Henry, you're aware that his phone was broken at that time, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
In terms of Mr. Demons, you know he was dating Mariah Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know that Mr. Demons would FaceTime her on a regular basis.
Objection.
What's the objection?
There's no evidence of that.
I don't know.
So you know, and Mr. Demons would...
Excuse me, use the correct name.
Mr. Demons, my apologies. Mr. Demons would FaceTime and video chat frequently.
Just that's what you got a phone for.
And Mr. Davis, you never met with Detective Mark Money? You never gave a statement?
No, ma'am.
And so the first time that you ever said anything about the phone being missing was today, July 18, 2023?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Nothing further yet.
Few questions.
Is there any regret? Go ahead.
Detective Moretti never even talked to you during this investigation, did he?
No, sir.
And the bottom line is, at the time you learned that Christopher and Anthony were shot, Sack and Juvy were shot, this man was at his house, correct?
Yes, sir.
You hear that?
Yes, sir.
Right now, I don't know what discussion you had with your attorneys. You got competent lawyers here. I mean, you've seen them perform here. You've discussed things with them, I assume, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you have a right to testify, and you also have a right not to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you do testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that they have to consider your testimony as they would any other witness. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that you have a right not to testify, and they can't consider that, hold that against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So my question, I guess, is did you have enough time to talk about this issue about you testifying or not testifying Did you have enough time to discuss that with your attorneys?
Yes, sir.
Did they answer all your questions?
Yes, sir.
And what is your decision?
I will not testify.
You will not be testifying.
No, sir.
Is anyone forcing you or coercing you to make this decision?
No, sir.
Anybody make any promises or on the contrary, make any threats to get you not to testify?
No, sir.
This is your free and voluntary decision.
Yes, sir.
So let me go further. You heard your attorney said he rests, he's not going to call any other witness. That includes you, but no other witnesses. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other witnesses that you wanted your attorneys to call and present to the jury?
No, sir.
Any other evidence that you wanted your attorneys to present to this jury?
No, sir.
You good? You satisfied with their performance?
Yes, sir.
All right. And everything that you wanted the jury to hear and listen to is before the jury. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let me ask, State, are you going to call any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
So the State's going to arrest as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened with Mr. Brendan Collins? He's not going to be used, I guess?
No, sir.
DeSantis emailed me last night saying that they were not going to be calling him and he could be excused. I forwarded that email to Mr. Collins.
Thank you. So both sides have arrested.
That's correct.
And now the pleasure is, well, we can talk about the jury instructions, but what about the closing argument? We're going to do that on Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll tell the jury that come back Thursday, that's what the parties agreed to, and tell them to pack a bag, and Tom and Gary, you're going to talk to the jury about that, tell them what they need and what they can anticipate.
Yes, sir.
Right? And about the cars, where they park the cars.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole host of things he has to go over with the jury when they come back on Thursday about food and things like, if there's special dietary things.